Imagine your computer could make decisions just like you. So, if it is sunny, wear sunglasses. Or if it rains, take an umbrella. That's exactly what conditional statements do in Python. In today's video, you will learn what conditional statements are, how will you use if, else, and elif, and do some real life programming. Let's start with the simplest decision, the if statement. We are going to write a program to find out greater number out of the two given numbers. So I have taken a new file and I am going to write my program here. Here I am going to take two values and will compare these two values using if statement. So any two random numbers you can take and use of if keyword along with the comparison operator whether A is greater than B or not. Colon indicates that whichever statement we are going to write under it will be the part of the if body. So I would like to check whether this statement is true or not, and if it is, then we are going to write a message A is greater than B. I'll press Ctrl S, will save this file without any gap. So if underscore statement and saving it with .py extension, and then I'm going to press the F5 key or run module to see the result. So it is showing me that A is greater than B because I have already taken the values by myself. Now what about if I would like to see that if this condition becomes false, then what message will be printed? For that purpose, I am going to use the else keyword. Please make sure when we write else keyword, we do not have to write anything else along with that. Why? Because else itself is that part of the program which shows that if the given condition is false, what are you going to print next, to make a hint for the user or to make a notification for the user. So here I will write B is greater than A because in the given scenario only these are the two available options. I will save this program and I will run. Right now it will give me this, but I have to change the program so that I can see the else statement as well. I am going to change the values like this. Saving the program and running it. You can see B is greater than A. So if and else, if are taken together, they can help you to give a condition with two different solutions, true or false. Sometimes we would also like to include multiple expressions in a program, and for that purpose we use elif keyword. It allows us to check multiple expressions for true and execute a block of code as soon as one of the condition evaluates to true. In the same program, we can also add a condition just after if which says elif, and we would like to check that there might be a case when variable A is equal to variable B. In this scenario, I would like to print a message A is equal to B. So I also have another situation here which I can add with the help of elif. Elif is a combination of else if, which allows us to add multiple statements in a program. I'll save, and I would also like to make this statement work. So in this scenario, you can see A is equal to B is given. So if two numbers are given, there can be three cases that can be possible, and all those three cases are being included in the same program with the help of if, elif and else keyword. Let's take another example where we need to find out whether a number is even or odd. We will first ask the user to enter a number of their choice, and in any of the variable you can save it. I have taken A. this variable will be checked against a condition whether it is completely divisible by 2 or not. If the remainder is 0, then we can say that the number is even. To understand this better, we can see here that, for example, we are taking any number which is completely divisible by 2, then we can say that this number is even. Here, modulus operator is responsible to give you the remainder. However, whenever we talk about division, / is being designated. This always gives you the quotient value. So why we have used modulus operator in this program? So that we can check the remainder, and if the remainder seems to be 0, then the number is even. This is the simplest way through which we can find out in just 4 statements a number is even or odd. Saving this program and let's run it. We can find out any number here, let's say 24, it will give us even number because it is completely divisible by 2. Let's take another example. Program 3 says to check whether a number is positive or negative. For this particular program, again we will take a user defined number. User is going to put any value what they want. We have saved this in a particular variable. I have taken here A. Now to find out whether a number is positive or negative, we can take the idea of the number line. We have studied in our math that if we are talking about a number line, we have 0 in the center, and then all the numbers which are on the right hand side, they are all the positive numbers. However, all the numbers which are on the left side are the negative numbers. Keeping the same concept in the mind, we will say that if any number is greater than or equal to 0, we can say that the number is positive, because 0 is also being considered as a positive number only. So that is why we will keep a particular condition as if any number is greater than or equal to 0, then we can say that it is a positive number, otherwise it will be a negative number. Let's write the same thing in the program. Here you can see that the number that you have given is being compared against the same value, and if this the number is being checked under the condition that whether it is greater than or equal to 0, and if this condition is true, we will print that the number is positive, otherwise we will print the number is negative. Saving the program, let's run it and check. So if I will put here a number as -7, it will give me a negative number. However, if we would like to run it again, and this time I would like to give it as 12, it will say the number is positive. With these simple programs, I hope you might have understood the concept of conditional statement. If you like to know about more examples or more programs, do write me in the comment section. In the next video, we will be going to learn about looping statements in Python. Till then, keep practicing and keep coding.